Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or if this is your first time here, hi, my name is Dana. I upload a new video every single Sunday, but whenever I have some extra time, I like to add in an extra video during the week. So if you haven't subscribed yet, now is a great time to do so to stay on top of all of my new videos. I'm kind of known for talking about tea here on my channel, but in this video, I'm gonna be changing it up and doing something coffee related. We're kind of in a weird time in our world right now where we're being encouraged to stay at home, not go out to eat. So that means we should all avoid going to Starbucks. But I thought while we're all home, we could learn to make a Starbucks drink that'll kind of hold us over and also save us a little money as well, because making your drinks at home is so much cheaper than having a barista make them for you at the Starbucks. So I thought it would be fun to sort of try our own take on a caramel macchiato here. I used to work at Starbucks, so I do know what goes into it. And of course I don't have those same exact ingredients here at home, but I do have some ideas how we can kind of replicate it. So just need a couple of things. You'll of course need some kind of coffee, preferably espresso, but I don't have the space for an espresso machine here in my apartment, so I use one of these guys. It's called a mocha pot, and it's like a stovetop coffee maker, and I have some coffee in there. It's similar to espresso, the way it's made. I can do a whole video about these guys if you're interested, but it's sort of a cool thing to have. But if you don't have one of these and you have just a regular coffee maker or a French press, just try to make as like concentrated bit of coffee as you can. So I just have this little teeny tiny bit. The other thing you'll need is some kind of milk. I have this unsweetened almond milk. It's a vanilla one, which kind of will play perfectly into this because we're gonna use vanilla as well, but you could use any milk you happen to have. And then we need some kind of vanilla flavoring. So at Starbucks, they put vanilla syrup in a caramel macchiato, and the caramel part of the name comes from the drizzle that goes on top. Most of us probably don't have vanilla syrup in our house like you do at Starbucks, where you can do the pumps. But I think most of us probably do have vanilla extract of some kind. I have this vanilla extract powder. It's like literally just powdered vanilla extract. Like it doesn't have any like sweetness or anything. It's just vanilla bean extratives, and this is from this really cool like spice and tea shop in Lake Geneva, but it's pretty much the same as a vanilla extract, just in powder form. And to kind of replicate the flavor of a vanilla syrup, I'm going to be using these Truvia packets to add the sweetness to the vanilla, because it is a sweet syrup normally. But these are just like little stevia sweeteners, just what I have on hand. But if you have sugar in your house instead, or really anything you'd like, I don't know, agave you could even try. And then I just happen to have caramel drizzle in the house. So this is just like a Sunday caramel. I doubt it's gonna be like as thick and like decadent as the Starbucks kind, but it will definitely work. A caramel macchiato is basically an upside down latte. The word macchiato is Italian for marked. So the reason why a Starbucks caramel macchiato is called a macchiato is because milk and the layer of foam go in first, and then at the top you drizzle the espresso over the top of the foam. So you're marking the foam with the espresso. But that is the Starbucks version. So that's sort of the Americanized version of a macchiato. If you went to Italy and you ordered a macchiato, it would be totally different. It's kind of the opposite. If you went into a cafe in Italy and you ordered a double macchiato, it would be just 2 shots of espresso marked with a dollop of foam. So it's just like a teeny little dollop, so you can still see like the coffee. They mark their espresso with a dollop of foam, whereas we mark our cup of foam with a drizzle of espresso. So it's kind of the opposite, and I think that's a really interesting fun fact to know. But for today's purposes, we are gonna be doing the Starbucks version. I have this Nespresso milk frother that I absolutely love, but if you don't have a milk frother, you can always just heat your milk over the stove or in the microwave, and you should be able to get at least a little layer of froth on top. But I'm gonna go ahead and pour them right in here. This might not fill the whole cup, so I might have to do 2 rounds on my frother, but let's go ahead and stick this on there. So the first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna be making it in this glass cup, even though we are going for a hot drink and it might be a little bit awkward with no handle, but I just thought I wanna make it like aesthetic, so hopefully it'll come out pretty. I would say that this is probably the size of a tall, because this is a small cup. A tall caramel macchiato at Starbucks has 2 pumps of vanilla syrup, so that's why I thought let's use 2 stevias, because it is pretty sweet. So I'm gonna go ahead and put those in the bottom of the cup. I'm gonna sort of like spread it out so the milk will combine with it really nice. We got that in there, and then I'm gonna add a generous amount of vanilla. All right, then I'll just kind of give it a little mix, even though it is gonna combine with the milk and it's gonna like disperse. So let's go ahead and add in the milk. I'm gonna add a little at a time. So I'm gonna stir it in so we get that nice vanilla flavor all the way through. And then we wanna fill it almost to the top, but not quite all the way. I do want some of that foam. But not too much. So I do want some of that foam to kind of go away. So I'm gonna mix it. Okay, I think that's about good. So we still have more foam than I would have liked, but this is kind of experimental. So the foam goes almost all the way up to the top, but we did leave a little room because now we're gonna drizzle our coffee on top. I'm just gonna drizzle the shots right over, and ideally they would hang out right on top and not combine all the way with the milk. So let's see how close we could get that to reality. Just wanna drizzle it, do a nice mark in that foam, and ta-da! Oh, it actually looks pretty good. Look at that. See how we have that nice separation? Last thing we do is we're going to drizzle the top with our caramel in like a crosshatch pattern is what they call it. So we're just gonna kind of go across like this, and then across the other way, and then around in a circle, and ta-da, look at that. We have our very own DIY caramel macchiato from the comfort of our own home. The real test is how does it taste? So let's go ahead and give it a try. I would say, you know, it's of course not spot on. It's of course not the same, but I think it's pretty good for at home. I think if I did have real espresso, that would be even better, because this wasn't quite as rich and dark as like a real shot of espresso would be. So of course it's like one of my dreams to have a kitchen big enough to put my own espresso maker. But for now, I think I can come pretty close to Starbucks at home. Yeah, it's pretty good. I think it's the right amount of sweet too, because Starbucks drinks can get pretty overtly sweet, whereas this is like, it's just perfect. It's like a treat from the caramel drizzle and from like that like vanilla sweetness. It does have a little bit of like decadence, but I feel like this is probably a lot less calories as well as what you would get at Starbucks, because there's that vanilla syrup and we used 0-calorie stevia and vanilla extract powder. Of course, you could make it with vanilla syrup at home and with real sugar. So it's totally at your discretion, which I think is really cool because Starbucks is really customizable. Like when you go there, you can definitely make your demands for whatever different ways you like your drink. But for me, like, I just feel like there's something really special about making your own drink at home. It's just like nice and personal, especially if it is an everyday occurrence. I feel like it's just such a nice ritual to make drinks yourself and kind of like take a minute. Like it's honestly practicing mindfulness when you take a moment to make your own coffee or make your own tea in the morning. It's something I really enjoy, and I kind of wish other people would give it more of a chance as well, because making my own tea at home every morning just brings me so much joy. And I feel like if coffee drinks are what you like, you could totally have that same kind of joy at home as I have with my tea. Or you can like have your friends over and make this for your friends and have them think that like you're so cool and like you're a fancy barista. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed my little copycat, like DIY caramel macchiato at home sort of video. Let me know if you do end up making this. If you make it and you take like a picture for Instagram, or if you make it and it's like a total fail or anything, just let me know. Let me know how it went if you tried making your own caramel macchiato. If we're trying to make the best out of things, you do have time to like play with coffee at home and like experiment with different kinds of drinks like yourself and different recipes, and I think that could be really fun. So even if you didn't try the caramel macchiato, if you tried like a fancy drink from home, let me know. I want to hear all about it. I hope you're having a beautiful day, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.